This is the plaintiff, Stephen Corretto. He says he and the defendant have been friends for 40-plus years. So taking her to court isn't easy for him, but she owes him money for a puppy she promised him. He loved that puppy for 6 months. The defendant took the puppy away from him because she had a change of heart, and he's suing her for the $3,200 he thinks he's definitely owed. This is the defendant, Consuelo Rivera. She says the plaintiff's a lonely guy, so when her dog had a litter of Havanese puppies, she lent him one for companionship until she sold him. The plaintiff agreed to give the puppy back. She accepted no money from him, and when she asked for the puppy back, the plaintiff demanded he pay her $500. Some people. She's accused of giving and taking a puppy back.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. These litigants knew each other for 4 decades, but the plaintiff is suing the defendant because she owes him for a puppy. The defendant says she loaned the plaintiff a pup because he was lonely, but he voluntarily gave it back to her. It's the case of Puppy Downer.
Thank you, Douglas. Stephen Corretto?
Yes, ma'am.
You are suing Consuelo Rivera?
Sí.
Okay. For $3,200 that you say she owes you for stress, defamation, emotional stress, and a puppy. All
Yes,
right,
ma'am.
what happened here?
First, I'd like to say, Your Honor, is that this is a very unfortunate situation that I'm suing her after.
How long have you two known each other?
Over 40 years, 40-plus years.
40-plus years. How many friends do you all have that you've known for 40 years?
I agree with you.
It's rare, right? And you two live in the same area?
Yes, I do.
Okay. You had a dog that had a litter, correct?
Yes.
What kind of dog was it?
Havanese.
A Havanese. Was it a purebred Havanese?
Yes.
Okay. And that dog had a litter of how many?
7.
7. What happened with the puppies? What'd you do with the puppies?
No, I still have them.
All 7?
All 7.
Are you
I
kidding
still,
me?
Yes, no, I'm not kidding. I still have them.
Okay.
And
Who's the lady with you? Moral support or a witness?
she's a witness also.
Okay. What is your relationship to her?
She's my friend, my friend.
Okay.
A daughter of mine, something like that.
Something like that. Daughter, a friend, something like that. All right, go ahead. Fake daughter. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, and I had this puppy, and I didn't know it from the beginning that it was a boy and girls. I didn't know.
So
You
one
can't
boy
even-
and the rest were girls.
The rest were girls. I
Okay.
didn't know. And my intention was not to sell them. That was my
Did you
intention.
breed your Havanese?
No, if
Come
she
on up. I don't know who you are,
if
but
she
come on
be-
up here.
If she became pregnant, fine, and she didn't, fine. I took it either way. So when they were together, they must have had fun, and they had the puppies.
Okay.
So either way,
How
it
long
didn't
was
matter.
whose dog was that? The male Havanese that your dog had fun with?
Whose dog? Mine.
Oh, you own both
Yeah,
mom
I
and
owned
dad.
The female and mom and dad.
So,
Yes.
okay. According to you, she told you that she was going to give you a puppy, correct?
Yes, that's what the statement was. As a matter of fact, I got pictures here, Your Honor.
Pictures of what?
Of the pup.
Right.
Okay, I went over, and I saw, and I had pictures here with Chris, 7 days old.
Okay, so can I see those? So, do you have proof she told you she was going to give you the puppy?
No, this was all on a verbal agreement.
Verbal.
It
Okay.
was a verbal.
And were you ever there where she said, I'm going to give you the puppy?
No.
Okay. Did you ever say you were going to give him the puppy?
No, I never said I was going to give him
Did
the
he
puppy.
want the puppy?
Yes, he did want the puppy.
Your Honor, please
Just a moment, just a
read the.
And was there someone else who also wanted the puppy?
No.
Okay. When you want me to read notes you wrote.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if you say something in the mirror, that's not two people saying it.
I also
Okay.
have a photograph in my phone that I sent to my fiancée, that same picture.
Oh, excuse me.
At 5 months, Chris and I in Connie's apartment. And so he comes over. Is there ever a point in time when you allow him to have the puppy he's fixating on for companionship at his house?
Yes,
When
I
do
did
you do that?
I did that when he was already 7 months old.
7 months old?
Yeah, he's already 7 months.
So
I did that recently.
from birth to 7 months old, if he visits with Chris, it's at your house.
Yes.
Okay, is that accurate or no?
Yes,
All
I
right, so at
visit.
7 months old, you tell him, I'll tell you what, you can have Chris over for sleepovers.
Yes.
All right, how
Because I was
long-
being compassionate with him. He's going to a surgery. So am I. We're both sick.
Okay.
So I felt bad for him. So I
Okay.
said, you can have Chris as a companion for a couple of days, but you
Okay.
bring him back to me.
So he takes Chris, and he has Chris for how long?
For, what is it, a couple of days, 4 days, 5 days, something to that effect that I can remember.
And according to you, you had
No,
Chris at
Your
that
Honor,
point
that's
for how
not a true.
long?
That's not a true statement.
Okay, so according to you, how long
what?
did you have Chris?
Okay, I had him at least 4 weeks, 5 weeks. I even turned around and taken the father, baby, okay, because he was very active, still trying to get at the mother.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've taken baby and Chris home with me,
When
which
they're-
I
when
have
they're in
photos
heat to
there.
separate the two dogs?
Yes.
Okay.
Which I have photos there.
Okay. What I want is proof that it's your puppy, because what ends
No.
up happening is you won't return the puppy that you say he had 4 or 5 days, and that you
More than
say
that.
you had how long?
I had that dog at least a month on and off.
Okay.
On and off.
On and off.
Yes.
All right. The
It's a
last
lie,
time that you
embute.
had the dog, how long did you have the dog?
About 7 days, and
Okay,
then
let's say it's 7 days. Let's call it 7 days. What happens? You say time for you to bring the puppy back. This is an
Yes.
on and off thing, and he
And-
says,
So the plaintiff got attached to the dog, wouldn't give it back because the plaintiff felt that the defendant was going to give it away anyway. Can the plaintiff justify keeping the dog that way?
Absolutely, yeah. Because who knows when the plaintiff was coming back at all?
defendant.
Yeah, the defendant. So who knows when the defendant's coming back? So why not?
You all buying that?
Well, if they've known each other for 4 decades, I think it's common property, and if he's going to take better care of the
I
dog,
mean, if I've known you for 4 decades, my property is your property?
it sounds like he was.
Oh my God! Anybody? Going inside the courtroom.
He says he's not bringing the puppy back until I give him some money, which is $500. He was supposed to bring the puppy back in a couple of days, and he didn't. And he came to me. Yes, he offered me money, because I'm not going to lie about that.
how much did he offer you?
He offered me $1,200. He will give me $600 at first, and then he'll give me another $600 because the rest was in his mother's house. And I answered him, no, I don't want no money. I
Did
don't
you,
want.
did you
he
end up
doesn't have a
accepting any money or no? You
No.
never accepted money.
I never
Is
accepted
it your
money.
position that you gave her money?
No, she did
So
not.
you put the money back in your pocket?
Yes,
All right.
because she says she changed
Okay.
her mind.
Okay.
And
So what are you a witness to?
I was a witness to her not accepting that money, and
What, do you just like roll around in puppy love on the floor? Like if it were
mean-
me, I would just lie down on the floor and have 11 puppies licking me. It would
I
be so
mean
cute.
they are very active, but they're lovable. I can see how he
No,
fell
I
in love.
understand. But it's, so what did you do? You got the folks at the security in your building
Yes, I
involved.
called security, and they didn't let me come up, but my nephew went up with them, and at the moment, he did not want to give up the dog. They told him, according to my nephew, that he was going to get arrested if he doesn't give the dog back.
So what happens? Does he return the dog?
He had to,
He had to.
because they threatened him.
And so if you know that the premise was she'd let you have Chris for a few days, return him, have Chris for a few days, return him, then the day you say, I'm not returning him, how are you in the right?
in good faith, I didn't feel that it was a proper environment for the animal that she had. I'm sorry to say this, Connie, but she has a dog pound there. And they were turning around literally doing their business all over the place. And the
Are
reason...
the other puppies spayed and neuter? What are you doing with
No,
all those puppies? What are
none
you
of them.
doing? How are you keeping everybody separate?
I started with the father already. I can prove that, but I didn't bring the
But
paper.
you're gonna take care of
I
that, right?
already
'Cause
did
it's gonna
the
be a-
father. He's already.
Okay.
You're on the
no,
make. Can you see my-
no. There's nothing to discuss. You don't own the dog, sir.
No,
I know you
I'm
love
not
the
saying
dog.
I own the
Well,
dog.
then you can't have the dog. How is she supposed to pay you because you refuse to return the dog?
No, that was a statement that I made after she turned around and reneged on the fact that she was willing to turn around and give me the dog, because I got statements turning around.
This could have been a great gig. You could take care of Chris, have him a few days,
No,
give
no,
him
no.
back.
That's what I wanted.
together, you know, back and
No, I
forth.
didn't want to
Everybody's got
cohabitate.
companionship. What does she care? She's got 11 dogs. She can let go of one. You know, back and forth. But then you decided, I love this dog so much, and
Yes,
I want a better environment for the dog, and I want to keep the dog.
Exactly.
Right, but I want to be Queen of England, but I can't. Okay, I can't. So,
The
in other
reason
words,
why she
just
was
because you
giving me
want
the dog is
something
because
doesn't
she
mean you have a
knows,
right to it.
she knows the type of person I am, that animal was going to a good home.
It doesn't matter.
All right?
You understand?
She knows that. That's why she made
Listen to
that
me.
statement.
You understand that just because you like her dog a lot doesn't mean you get to have her dog.
I
Just because
understand that, Your
you
Honor.
could have a better home for the dog in your home, according to you, than she could, assuming that fact to be true. That does not convey ownership to you. That does not allow you to keep the dog.
Yeah.
I am not having a custody hearing to see who's the better fit parent. I am deciding whose property the dog is. The dog is hers. Okay? She got mad and she called you a thief, and you got mad that she called you a thief. But in all honesty, you kind of did steal the dog, you know, because you didn't have a right to it and you kept it, and that's called stealing. So you got the dog back.
Yes.
The dog is with you. You're not entitled to $3,200. She was right. Verdict for the defendant. Good luck, folks.
Thank you.
Hold on.
Okay, dogs are property, and that sounds stupid, but it is the law, and so there is no attachment issue here. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.